Good morning, good morning, good morning. What am I doing? I'm not sure. I am really not 100% sure. But one thing I know is life is a journey. It's one step at a time, one breath at a time, and one thing leads to the next. Isn't it amazing? Oh no, but we believe we need to have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and then our plans do not work out and we become depressed and fearful. But life doesn't work like that. So that is what I am learning through this art journey of mine, my creative journey. You know, when I started painting, I thought, oh, this is it. And now I'm going to be this big artist and blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen like that. Stepping stones. So yesterday, in a previous video, I created this. Remember? I used lots of ink and stuff and plants to create this. But as I was watching it last night, it dried and now you can see different things. And to me, the most beautiful of this whole thing was the piece of cloth, linen, that I glued onto this paper. And that made the most beautiful marks and just, I don't know, that spoke to me. Out of all of this, that little piece, the linen cotton that I glued on there, and how the inks mixed with that spoke to me. So this morning, that made me think. I now feel like doing a scene, you know, on my art paper, but I want to use cloth. I want to use strips of cloth that I then want to glue onto the paper. That was what I wanted to do first. And then I realized something. You know what? I was actually busy with my tea for my kombucha. So I thought, I just want to see, why not do a painting with cloth, gluing it on, but with hand-dyed cloth? I mean, why not? So I am once again not an expert in dyeing cloth naturally, not at all. Over the years, I think I saw a couple of videos and things stuck in my mind, and now I'm going for that. So I found 4 things that I believe can dye my strips of cloth. This was something I bought at a charity shop, a kind of towel thing. It was it had this huge mark, stain. I think it was curry, you know, bori, what you call it. This is the one that I've got here. Turmeric. You know when curry gets onto your clothes? Oh my goodness, try and get that out. It does not work. So I thought, look at this. I am going to dye a couple of strips and then I am going to glue that into a painting. And as I was getting my stuff ready, I saw this. Look at the color. It is crazy. So I bought this tea in Thailand. My daughter-in-law and myself went to the big market to buy some teas and stuff. And this is that natural flower of Thailand. They also, when you have that blue rice, they also use this little flower to dye the rice. So I saw the bottle there. I actually never drank out of the tea before. I don't know how it is. I will do it after this. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. So I thought, let me try this. So that is the blue. So let me put in this cloth. Can you see? I mean, really. So I know this is not going to be the darkest or the best dyeing efforts. I don't care. I just want to see what's going to happen and then use what I have to create a collage with my cloths. Why not? So that is that, this tea. Then there was my rooibos, that is very, very South African. This is my rooibos tea. It gives it another brownish type of color. And I also only used one tea bag. You know, really, this is just me playing, experimenting, growing. This is my next step. And as I was sitting in my garden this morning with my cup of tea, you know, my meditative time, I was looking around me and I saw the garden and I saw the trees and I saw we are changing seasons. Seasons are changing and things are starting to look differently. And that's where I realize once again, the human, we've lost the truth that everything happens in seasons. We want only summer. We want only things to bloom and be great and look great and feel great, you know. And then winter comes, it's a season of, you don't really see anything. There's deep, deep growth, but it is a time of rest. But we don't want to rest. No, we want to keep going. And we believe that season is wrong. It's just a season in our life where we are forced to rest, you know. So my things are in here. So this one was black tea that I bought also in Thailand. It's kind of a reddish color. Now remember this lappy, this piece of cloth that I rolled up my leaves in, that was used on my with my stamp things. And I thought, you know what, I don't really enjoy the white with the things, with the, this is the one. Absolutely gorgeous, but I thought, let me take that and see. Now you can see, look at this. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. This is my favorite. This is absolutely beautiful. So this is the black tea from Thailand. I'm not sure what that is. Then let's go back to my curry. I actually wanted to put red wine in something too, but I didn't have a bottle that was open, because you drop a hint of red wine, a drop on your clothes, and you need to put salt and I don't know what else on it to get it out. So I thought that's gonna be beautiful, but as I said, but here is my bori, you can see the difference in color. Oh goodness. This is my blue, my Thai tea. It's all natural dyes. I don't want to mix my colors, so this was my rooibos. So now these will have to dry I didn't want to boil it. I saw something where someone boiled the curry, but as I say, I'm not going to wear these things. I'm going to use them as a collage. So when they're up, and perhaps I'm going to put, I don't know what's going to happen after this. This is just my next natural step. You see, after this painting, that came naturally after the previous one. Remember, this was the one that I just had the stamp inks and the plants, and after I had that on, I painted it into a painting like this. And then I decided, no, I'm going to glue things onto the paper, and then I'm going to do the plants with the stamp inks. So now after doing that, I saw, I love the gluing of my linen onto the paper. So I feel like making a collage with cloth. But then I thought, why don't I dye them first and then use them and see how that goes? Use whatever color is coming out here. That is what I am going to use to make a scene. So I'm gonna, as I'm thinking, I don't know, I'll make a video doing it. But why not make a it's either the air or a sea. So I will need a couple of blue. So I am just putting more glue pieces of cloth in the blue. And then I'm just going to put more cloth in everyone so that I can see what is going to happen. And now you will also know that it's going to dry differently. So we'll see how this goes. So this lesson in how to create a beautiful life, realize life happens, flows in seasons. So nothing that you do, where you are in your life right now, what's happening, it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just a different season. The same with your kids. The same with your loved ones, with other people. Let's say with countries and with the world. There are seasons. Excuse me. And different things happen in different seasons. And the only thing that we must learn is go with the flow. We got to learn to go with the flow. My hands are also being dyed. Go with the flow of what is happening in your life now, this moment. Life happens now. Life flows through you, around you, all over, all in all, now. And we are promised peace and joy in the midst. The life in us, our source, our Father's life, the abundant life, everlasting life, that is flowing in and through all of us. Some are just, that life is so blocked with so many masks and things that it's difficult to see it. You know, all you see are darkness. But below all these layers of darkness, of hurt, of pain, of whatever, there is the life, the light. It makes me think of that story of the man that was walking in the forest, and he saw this little dog, and the closer he gets to the dog, the more crazy the dog becomes, attacks him, is absolutely acting crazy and aggressive and fearful and just terribly. And later, the man found out the dog was trapped. He was in terrible pain and in such fear. So when we look at others and we see that anger and resentment and fear and hate and whatever we perceive it to be, they trapped. They're just like that little dog, bound in darkness and in terrible things that happen to them and whatever. So all that they need is to be set free. And only the truth can do that, and unconditional love that all of us are. Deep, deep, deep down, that is who we are. So that's where judgment cannot come into our lives, into our perception even, because we judge things. That man judged the dog at first and saw this crazy thing. When he looked deeper, he saw the truth that dog, man, person, whatever, is bound and in terrible pain. So everybody reacts out of their own pain. So that's long story short. I'm going to stop with this. I read, and that is after I was sitting in my garden thinking about this, that I read this. The goal of life is to make your heartbeat match the beat of the universe. As I was sitting outside, I saw the universe. I saw life in the trees, in the birds, in all around me. And the goal of life is to make your heartbeat match the beat of the universe, life around and in you, to match your nature, your life, pure nature, with nature, with the life around you. Isn't that awesome? But we are so bound by our minds with preconceived ideas and vain imaginations of the future and of the past, dragging that into our moments, that we've lost our connection with life, the life in and around us. And that is why we are in such, the world and its people are in such turmoil. But beside that, you and me, we've got a choice. Are we going to live with the life in us? Are we going to match our nature with nature, our life with the life within and around us? Or are we going to oppose it? So once again, life flows naturally, season by season, day by day. So are we going to match that? Or are we going to hold on to our 5-year plans, 10-year plans, preconceived ideas, and allow that mindset to destroy us? That is the question. And all of us have the control and the power to start controlling our minds and starting to walk and flow with the life in us, become to match our nature with nature. So this is what's happening this morning in my life. So I'm glad that I could share this with you. So I am going to let this stew a little bit more. Then I'm going to put it outside to dry. And then let's see what the next step is going to be. Love you lots. Is it from Zetster's Lab? So just, this is the rooibos tea. This is the blue tea. This is the curry. And this is the black or red or whatever tea. What I also think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut pieces of this off and put that also in each one. Look how beautiful. But now it's loose tea that is on this. So That is the black pieces. But look how beautiful, and look how beautiful the marks are. So I thought and hoped that the stamp inks will not come out of the cloth, but they are there to stay. Love you lots. Is it from Zetster's